guys have have thought about what we spoke yesterday. From just a recap of what we spoke yesterday, self-discipline is the ability to control your own feelings, your own actions, and to overcome your weaknesses. Basically, that's the Google meaning, and we'll focus on that rather than having the different. I mean, the meaning is much more deeper, but here we want to get into the practical aspect of implementing self-discipline within us. So that is where we are more focused now. Okay, so to get anything within into your own routine or into you, I mean, move out of your comfort zone and get something in your own life implemented. It is very important to understand its importance. So anyone who can tell us what is the importance of self-discipline? I'll give you 1.5 minutes. I want to see the answers on the chat. Yes. Why is self-discipline important for each one of us? Yes, Pala, would you like to answer? I mean, chat, on your chat. Kavita, Simla ji. You are calm and better efficiency. Okay. Anyone else? Shilpa, Amika, chat. I would like to see your answers on the chat, please. Importance of self-discipline is what why is it important? More work gets done and more actions, then more time to rest as well. Okay. Okay. You get time to do things for others as well. Okay. This is a byproduct of self-discipline. Mind and actions are organized. Yeah. To execute your plans and goals. Agreed. Anyone else? Okay. See, self-discipline, basically self-discipline is important so that you can achieve what we desire in the time span. Yes, Shilpa, that's natural. Okay. So self-discipline allows you to stay focused on your goals. I mean, a simple thing is if you are operating with a discipline in your exercise routine, then you're bound to get nearer to the goal that you have set. Right? I mean, this is one part of the reason I'm giving you examples is so that you can relate it. If you have a self-discipline in any relationship that you want to work on, or then you have a set goal that this is what I want in my relationship, a good communication, a good way to handle situations, or the good way to nurture your own relationships. You want to improve your relationship with your in-laws, with your parents. You know what you are not liking within you, basically. That if you have to change that, obviously there are beliefs, there are a lot of other aspects, but one aspect, and which is the action oriented aspect, is you understand where's the concern, you decide what is the change that you wish to bring, so that you see the change and follow that change that you wish to bring. So basically, then that is where when you say follow that change, means it's a self-discipline that you have to follow through. I mean, I'll give you some examples. For example, I wish to wake up early, right? So I mean, what is your weakness? I mean, I'm giving you examples to recap what we spoke yesterday. Your weakness could be your sleep doesn't get over, you feel tired, so you don't wake up. You feel lazy, so you don't wake up. So basically, why then you have to dig deep. Why are you getting tired? Why don't you feel like waking up early? Is it I'm tired? Is my sleep not over? Is it I'm working too much till late? What is it? Am I seeing my phone too much? Is it my web content too much? So not sleeping early. So you need to simple. When beyond one question, if you ask 2, 3 questions to your own self, you will have answer. And then that is the action where you need to have discipline. Sleep early. No matter what, if you have to wake up on time, you have to sleep early. Or you have to, it's okay. Sometimes you may not be able to sleep early, but then it's waking up is important. So then you need to have that clarity in your own self. What is the priority for that day? So the action will be, I will ensure that I finish all my stuff on time and sleep on time so that I can achieve my goal of waking up early, right? So, I mean, so understanding the weakness and also having a goal is very important. Body is tired. There could be number of reasons for body is tired. You need to look at the other aspects also, and we'll come on that basically. But I first is what is in our hands. We'll discuss that, and then what is needed further. We'll also discuss that. So, and what is the goal to get up early is also important, because the minute you don't have a goal, you lose your focus. Always remember to have a goal. So the reason to wake up early could be, yes, I get more time for myself. I get my own peaceful time. I get time for my exercise. I get time. I'm not in a rush. Whatever is your goal, it could be a very simple goal. I mean, things can be very simple, but if you have clarity, it becomes easier for you to relate with your weakness, action, and goal. So one is knowing where you want to work. Then second is identifying the weakness. The third is what is the action and what is the goal that you wish to achieve. All four are, it could be a one sentence only, but it needs to have all these four things. I mean, I can give you one more example. I mean, one was exercise. The second example is I wish to be respectful towards XYZ. XYZ can be children, can be your friends, can be your colleagues, can be people working under you, can be respectful towards my own self, anything, right? The weakness here can be, I mean, this is just the example. I operate with anger. Anger towards that person, that situation. I doesn't allow the other person to speak. I mean, there could be number of things why you are reacting that way. You need to identify where is the concern. Once you identify the concern, you need to have your action. The once you have your action, that I wish to, once the minute you identify you wish to be respectful towards XYZ, find your reasons, weaknesses. Where do you don't allow yourself to be respectful to the person? Weaknesses, I get angry knowing that that person doesn't listen to me, or what I'm saying is not heard. Whatever is your weakness, it's okay, write it down. And once you know the weaknesses, what is the action? Action is exactly what is your weakness. I will not get angry no matter what happens. Now this is a big thing, but this big thing can only be achieved with self discipline and your willpower. Self discipline goes hand in hand with your willpower. So you need to, everyone has their own willpower. You need to ensure that with your willpower, yes, I'm not saying if you don't talk about it or you avoid the situation. No. The first and foremost thing is make a simple rule. This is what I will not do to get myself into this situation. And you have to stick to that and maintain your own discipline to that action, that whatever you have decided. It is as simple as that. So basically, I mean, whatever you decide, you identify as your weakness, you decide your action and your goal. The goal could be, I wish to have a better relationship with that person. May it be my child, may it be my husband, may it be my colleagues, anyone. Goal and weakness listing necessary. Just one sec, I have some chats, so I'll also look through that. Goal and weakness, listing them, taking the necessary action. What is the last one? Last one is, yeah, the first is concern. second is your weakness, third is action. Whatever action can be small, need not be a big action. It can be small. You have to climb the ladder step by step. And when you say action, for every action you need to have a focus. You need to have a goal. So the goal is basically whatever you wish to achieve. Don't have big goals. Don't plan to have bigger goals. Go step by step. I do B and then I'm being angry now. I forgot everything now on control. Okay, great. So the B works for you. Okay. Okay, coming to, I hope this is giving you little clarity, but the thing is, we need to also understand why is self-discipline important for any one of us. Self-discipline has lot of aspects. Self-discipline it allows you to stay focused and to achieve anything. May it be success, may it be good relationship, may it be having good social circle. Everywhere you need to be disciplined. A lot of people say, I don't have a social circle, I don't have a friends. You need to be disciplined. You need to invest time, you need to invest things on things. That is also called a self. It's a discipline that people do it without. The one who have social circle has a clear discipline of calling them up. If there is an event, they will contribute towards the other family, anything. It's embedded in them. We may see, no, we are not a social person. No, everyone all humans are social. At the end of the day, some things are by default in someone's, and some things that you don't have in life and you wish to work on it, with the help of identifying what is not working for you, what is your weaknesses, what are your actions, and what is your goal. That helps you to give clarity, and with that clarity and following your actions with self-discipline, you can achieve whatever you wish to achieve. That is where even in your school days, we were forced to have discipline of coming to the school on the right time. They never had thing, okay, today is it's 7 o'clock school, then it's 9 o'clock school, then it's 11. No, it's the same discipline. They had a weekly discipline. There was a schedule. Every Monday, only these, this. It's basically discipline in your curriculum also. That is how they embedded discipline in us. But after the school days are over, we realize discipline, it's by default. Certain things are very common. It's underlying under everything, but we don't realize it. It's now with our consciousness, we are understanding what is self-discipline and we need to focus on it. So one more thing is it enables us to stay in our own control. No one can control us. If you have a self-discipline of what you are going to speak, how are you going to speak, no matter what the other person says or how he reacts, you are not carried away by that. If you know what is your way of communication, your way of talking, it is basically you will understand that you are in your control. No one is controlling you. It is very important to be in your own control, because every situation where you end up in a resentment or in a issue, you realize, oh, this is what I shouldn't have done. So who forced you to do it? It's your own self that you forced you to do it. So if you are aware that you have to, if you know the situation, if you know the person, how he is going, it is very simple. Talk to yourself, understand what you are not supposed to do. It's okay. You don't know what are you supposed to do. That's fine. But if you know what you are not supposed to do also, half the problems are solved. Because the other person knows exactly this is what's going to happen. And if you stop doing that, the person doesn't know how to react with you. So there's no reaction, there's no conflicts, there's no misunderstandings. So it's okay sometimes not to know what you wish to do, but it's also equally good to know what you don't wish to do, because what you don't wish to do is much easier to figure it out. So I'm having the self-discipline of not doing that. If you know you're supposed to wake up early, yes, but at the same time you know you're not supposed to wake up late, also brings you to the situation that you wake up early. Are you getting my point? This way or this way, it works. What works with you, you need to identify, you need to introspect it, and you need to look into it. Same happens, joint family is new to me. I wake up early in situations. Okay, so it enables you to be in control of your own self and your reactions to the situation. When you control your own self, no one can control you, right? Your reactions are also controlled, and lot of reactions and actions create situations. So when you control your own self, your reactions, lot of things change. You are completely changed because you are in your own control. Lag timing happens. Okay, we'll look into the lag timing part a little later. Self-discipline is as good as, I mean, is as a muscle. The more you train, the stronger it becomes. I mean, if you have ever noticed, there are people who do regular fast, every Monday fast, every Friday fast. There are people who will, I mean, in Jainism, there are people who fast for 8 days, who fast for 30 days. It's all discipline, it's all willpower. So I mean, if you have ever noticed, they have a little stronger willpower. Whatever they think, they will be doing it. I mean that's the general observation. So I'm saying, when you have a control on your own self, control on it becomes much easier for you to have a person that you wish to be, and that is what also is self discipline. So importance is, you remain focused on your goals, you have control on your own self, your own reactions to the situation. It's like a muscle. The more you train it, the more stronger it becomes. And lack of self esteem, self discipline, is also low self esteem. The minute you are operating with your low self esteem, you are bound to attract things that make you vulnerable. So, so it's the way I told you, not waking up early, wake up early, right? In the same way, self discipline, if you have a higher self esteem, because you feel good about your own self. That yes, this is what I thought, I'm able to achieve it, I'm able to do it. You feel good about it, right? So the minute you do, if you, I mean, it's okay to be in a small baby steps, but if you are thinking something without discipline, you are not working, your actions are not moving towards it, you're bound to have little resentment towards it, little frustration towards it, and it only brings low self-esteem. So it's all hand in hand. That is the reason why self-discipline is important, to have to vibrate with higher self-esteem. The minute you are vibrating with a higher self-esteem, things will change around you. You will understand everything is going well for you because you yourself are in a higher frequency of your self-esteem, right? So I will quickly, yes, how to build self-esteem. Today I will touch base 2 points. I have total 8 points of how to build your self-esteem. I'll be touching 2 points. One is know where you struggle, and identify and write down your clear goals. It is a part of yesterday's thing only, but I will take you today step by step. Know your struggle. The biggest challenge is to understand what is bothering, where is it bothering, how to overcome on the bothering. So mostly we do not know what, out of the situation, what exactly is our struggle. It's like we always are pointing fingers this way, where three fingers are our side. So whenever the three finger, I mean, when, so don't point fingers on the other person. This, because of this is what happens. Because of this is what happens. It doesn't work. Where in me, what happens is in our control, not the other person, how he works, how the other person operates. It's none of our related thing. What control we have is only on our own self, right? We are responsible about our own self, our own behavior, our own things. So it's majorly We need to find out what is the struggle that we have in our own self, and we need to pen that down with clarity. And so we have, I mean, if we know this, believe me, half of our struggle is over, because we've identified most of the people. The easiest way is talk about it to someone on the phone and forget it. Why? Because we don't want to take action. And no action, no result. If you have identified something is not working for you, something is not making you happy, something doesn't help you in any ways, but it keeps on coming back to you, you have to take actions, right? So mostly we do not come out of this situation and mostly struggle. Our energies are focused in arguments and fighting and blame games and not talking to each other, not coming to a table where we can have a dialogue, whatever, everything. But it does nowhere anyone looks into our own things. So it is more towards why is it happening. We find the reason. Where do we do not have ourselves, where do we do not work on ourselves, and blame others or blame the situations or blame whatever. We should identify that, and blaming doesn't help us. Only thing that help us is action, right? And action related to, and with the actions, if you connect the goals, which it could be a smaller goal also, it's okay, right? And identifying and writing down our clear goals. Like if we identify what is bothering, clear and write it down on a paper, which means you've understood and you're open for a solution. Most of the times we keep thinking. Okay, this is a problem. This is how it is. This is how I need to do it. This. That's it. We have a dialogue. We think nothing on the paper. We forget. We get into our daily routine, we forget it, and we move on. But if you have written it down, there is an importance in the school also. It was when you write it down, it registers in your subconscious mind. And that is what we want. When things are registered in our subconscious mind, what is our problem? What is our action? What is our goal? Believe me, everything, the whole universe will work towards it and give you solution. But have clarity. Write it down. It's very important to write it down. And when you write it down also, I mean, it needs to be in a smaller sentence. It can't be whole essay. Because if it is an essay, if it's a one-page writer, believe me, you still don't know what is the exact problem that is and where you want action. Because when you write one whole page, there has to be one, because you can't climb the mountain in your first step. Out of the whole page that you have written, you need to identify, okay, this is one thing that first I will be working. Okay. Then only that is your concern. What is the weakness towards it? What is the action? What is the goal? It needs to be piece by piece, you need to work on it, so that you also move out of your comfort zone slowly and suddenly don't get into a complete new zone, right? So 42% you are more likely to achieve your goals if you write it down. This is a statistics number taken basically, and it's proved. The act of writing down the goal forces you to visualize the goal itself. So while you're writing, you're bound to think what will happen if I achieve this. So you're bound to visualize it also. How to achieve it, what steps you need to take it, how to achieve it is our actions, what steps. So further to the action, what steps needs to be taken. So when you're writing it down, when the way I told you in the sequence, that means you are visualizing it, and that increases your chances of achieving what you wish to achieve 42%, which is a huge. So before you set out to become a best version of yourself, whether at work, whether in your personal life, identify your goals and write it down, right? Okay, quickly, I will normally I'll take one example. One is a lot of people last week, second or third day, had said that exercise routine. So I'll take a generic example of that. Um, we say, I'm not able to exercise. I don't have a self-discipline. I am not able to walk regularly. It doesn't, I mean, the right way to put up is I shall, I mean, we need to have these 5 things clarity. What is the exercise that you want to do? What is the duration? What time? Frequency? Location? Beginning from. I mean, get into everything that you wish to do it. Like related to the walk, I would say I shall start my walk for 45 minutes every morning from tomorrow at so and so location. Does it make sense? Because I have given clarity to my subconscious in all the aspects. From when am I starting? From tomorrow. How much time I'm going for a walk? 45 minutes. What time I'm going? 8 a.m. Where am I going? So and so location. How frequency I'm going? Every day. I've mentioned daily. So there is no ambiguity. Subconscious mind and universe works together. Will give you whatever you ask for. The more clarity you have, the more clearly you get your results. So when you write it down, make sure everything, all aspects of your concern is being taken care, and you write down the way you wish to have it, and no ambiguity left in. To be more specific, and then so for the weight loss, if you ask me, I would say you need to be more specific on how much weight loss. I would say first thing is it should say weight release. How much weight do you wish to release? How much um, what is the way you wish to release? From when do you wish to work on your weight release issues? Weight release, do you need a constant motivation? That is also one thing which we'll cover in next 2 days. Knowing yourself, and you need to know what works on you. It's very important to know yourself and what works on you. I mean, for today's conclusion is we need to know our struggle. We need to write it down. Whatever we have written it, I mean, ma'am, what is it you are saying? One sec. I'll just look into the chat and then take you to the downloads for the day. Same happens, joint family. Okay, I read that. Ma'am, what is that? What action at what time? At which place? Okay, I will give you the pointers for that on the WhatsApp to give you clarity and to stick to the self-discipline on the time factor. So I'll do the downloads for the day, and then we meet again tomorrow to know how you succeed and what are the other things related to the self-discipline. The more you know, the more it becomes easier to relate it to your own concerns. Okay, so I'll do the downloads for the day. Creator of all matters, it is commanded to download and instill the feelings to the group, whosoever is present right now or will be listening later, the feelings of knowing their own struggle. It's easy and it's safe to know their own struggle, where they are struggling, what is their struggle, what is the action that they wish to know it, what is the weaknesses related to the struggle. It's possible and it's safe. They know to identify their own things so that they can work, and they know the definition of the struggle from the creator's perspective of the seventh plane. It's possible and it's safe to know it, to identify it, so that they can work on it and they can change their reality for their highest and best in their highest and best possible way. Creator of all matters, it is commanded to download and instill this feeling into the whole group. Thank you, Creator. It is done. It is done. Creator, show me. Creator of all matters, it is commanded to download and instill the feeling into the group that it is possible and it is safe to work on your concerns as with the self-discipline, and they understand the aspect of self-discipline from the creator of all matters of the seventh plane. And it's possible and it is safe to operate with self-discipline. They know how to, when to, and it's possible to live and achieve their goals with minor planning, step by step, moving ahead in the direction that they wish to move ahead with the help of the concept of self discipline, so that they can achieve their goals with clarity, with ease, with certain targets in their highest and best possible way and for their highest and best possible way. Thank you, Creator. It is done, Creator. Show me. Creator of all that is commanded to download and instill the concept of having clarity towards their own self and being connected to their own self, so that they understand their own self, they know how to, when to, it is possible and it is safe to live their life knowing their own self and being connected to their own self. It is it is the clarity that they wish to have in their own self, and Creator guide them for their own journey to know their own self in their highest and best possible way and for their highest and best possible way, that they are ready at this moment to work with their own self. Thank you, Creator. It is done, Creator. Show. Creator, please pass light and healing to the whole group. Thank you, Creator. It is done, Creator. Show me. Thank you, group. I hope you you guys have understood it. I'll give you the 7 points that we discussed today for your reference, and we come up with clarity of what we spoke yesterday and today together with your concern, your weakness, your action, and your goals, so that we take it to the next tomorrow and day after. I will guide you through the whole thing so that it becomes easy for you guys to take it ahead. Thank you. Thank you.